historic moment.
Yeah.
You might have been alive to see the moon landing. That was a big moment on television.
It was a big deal.
Maybe you saw the Beatles on Sullivan. But did you see when Jim Mertens joined Everyday Iowa for the first time? Good morning, friend.
I'm all at Twitter. How are you?
You are a little nervous. Why are you nervous?
Have you met you?
Yeah, well, I understand. You have been on a very long-form assignment. We were just talking in the commercial break. Our town is an undertaking. But then when you have to do an Our Town for a town like Galena, how do you decide what is and what isn't? So give us the story.
Well, everyone knows Galena. It's such a great tourism community, and part of the draw is the history. It's also the shopping. It's also the golf. It's the wine. It's the restaurants. It's all these things, and you try to narrow down your scope of what you're going to do to just a few stores. I do have a little bit of a taste, if I could show that right off the bat, a little bit of what you're going to see in Our Town Galena.
It's a city known for shopping.
We're called Honest John's because she was honest and my father-in-law was John.
And history.
They were starting to tear down buildings, make parking lots, just like the song. It was terrible.
And sledding.
The view is amazing. I take it for granted every day, but we do here at Chestnut Mountain have a 3-state view.
And
here come the goats!
Goats?
So we came up with the idea to take our goats and get people out in the woods and go for a hike.
There's a part of Galena everyone knows about.
You could come every quarter of the year and it feels like a different place.
But there are some places that may surprise you.
I guess I feel like the artists breathe life into the facility.
And some people who will inspire you.
It's really cool. It's awesome.
We're in Our Town Galena this week, a city you think you know, but we think will still surprise you.
Yeah, there's no town of 3,500 in this country like it.
That drone video could go on because it's such a picturesque downtown, Jim, and every storefront has something in it too.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that we're doing tonight is that this downtown would not have existed because it was in the 1970s and there was urban renewal and they started tearing down some buildings. I mean, think of it this way. For a period of time, Galena had a population of 14,000 people during the heyday of the lead rush, and it rivaled Chicago. Well, by the 1960s, a lot of these buildings you see right now were actually crumbling. The DeSoto House was about to collapse, and think of what that hotel is today.
That's kind of where you start out from.
So you had a lot of people who thought, okay, these buildings are all crumbling just like other old communities. We're going to have to bring in a grocery store. We're going to have to do some urban renewal in the 1970s. Well, one man ran for mayor with the idea that this city has to be preserved. You have to save these buildings. And that's what really spurred that. We're going to look at that this week.
You know, we got about 2.5 minutes left. All week long, you're going to have stories for us. Where do you start?
Yeah.
How do you go? Okay, here's this huge pile of information and things to see. Where do you begin?
Well, here's the thing is that I wanted to make sure that, because so many people know what Galena is, and they've got their own favorite spots and all that. So I'm trying to tell a little bit about the people who are creating those spots, a little bit more about the business people that are down there. We have a family that actually has about 7 different storefronts downtown. You know, they're all interconnected, but they're all happy to be separate. We went on the other thing is that you think of Galena, you think of golf once again.
Oh yeah.
But also, or you think of Chestnut Mountain, and the fact that they try to make sure that they're also a summertime place, not just a winter place. And we also talked to a woman who has part of a 300-acre farm nearby, her family's farm, and she had a couple goats. And she noticed that when she and her daughters would go for a walk, these 4 goats would follow her. And she thought, huh, I would like to teach
this could be a thing.
This could be a thing. I want to teach my daughters responsibility, how to be business people, how to be interacting with people. And so they started a goat trek. And you can go and walk. It's about 1.25 miles. It's flat land, and you walk with the goats. It was so much fun.
Well, and as you very well know, it's about a 2-hour drive from here, roughly. But it is almost like going to a different world. The way it's laid out, the way it just sits perfectly on the hillside. You kind of forget your cares of the normal, everyday Midwest for a day when you're walking around Galena. Just, ooh, I haven't seen that. So much to do.
Well, and that's the other thing is that I think what the people that in charge of tourism at Galena point out is that it's a four-season community. A lot of people will just go for Christmas time, or they'll just go for the winter, or just the summer. And they're really trying to point out that, look, off-peak, you can go to Galena and there's still a bunch of things. We went on 2 days. We went on a Thursday to shoot video because that's when the tourism really kicks in. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And they said, and then even Monday, because there's some layover from the weekend. Go on Tuesday. So we went on Tuesday, and it's much quieter. You get to spend more time there. We spent more time in the community, not just downtown. And so you could find different times to go, and you'll see a different experience.
All week long newscasts 4, 5, and 6, or is it just specialized to 6 o'clock? When are we going to see it?
Yeah, it's mostly the 6 o'clock until Friday. This Friday is Sidewalk Sales Day in downtown Galena. So a lot of the merchants will have things out on the street, including us. So on Friday, starting at 4 o'clock, we will be live.
By Jim Mertens.
Yeah, but he's discounted, believe me. So it will be out there, and we'll be having some fun and telling more stories about the people behind Galena that are really keeping this community alive.
I know this is kind of an early morning for you. I mean, you're not used to this. You haven't been used to this in a long time.
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
Thank you, friend.
Hey,
appreciate it.
I appreciate it too.
Jim Mertens, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we'll have the official fan club meeting after Everyday Iowa, starting at 10:01. In the meantime, we're